Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends. Busy day on the Tekken front, to say the least. So what we're looking at here right now is a trailer for the infamous Leroy Smith in Tekken 8. So today was two trailers. In fact, this trailer and the Asuka trailer. There's already a full breakdown of that on the channel, so check that out. It's also linked at the end of this video. So for Leroy, as you would expect with a character entering an all-new game, he's definitely learned a few new tricks. Also rocking a sharp new look. So all that said, let's just get right into it. Let's rewind the video and go right into the trailer breakdown. So in the opener here, they were never terribly subtle about Leroy showing up again. His name's all over the stage. There's literally a statue of him and Sugar. So like, he was obviously coming back. By the way, Sugar rocking an all-new look. Got a dog hoodie going on here. So new costume, all that, not just for Leroy, equal opportunity here. Now on to our, I guess, classic at this point, Tekken 8 chains. We see him all the time. And Leroy is the Grandmaster of Drip. Now that's funny, although not quite as like weighty or deep as some of the other characters. But you know what? It's Leroy. I suppose it doesn't exactly need to be, right? So before the match starts, you can definitely see him just practicing on the old Wing Chun dummy. So opening up with the trailer, looks like we got some new toys to play with out of the gate. We got a new kick here. Looks like it's full circle here because you can see like the blue tracking marks. And Ling glows orange red when it gets hit, so it's also chip damage. It also leaves him in his stance, and it also looks like it's plus on blocks. So geez Louise, we're getting a lot of value out of one move, aren't we here? Ling tries to hit something and gets bopped by stance 3-4 instead. So the big kick giving some plus frames, already proving dividends here. So following up from this, we can see forward 1+2 is now a power crush, fully armored, and blow Xiaoyu away. Now, next sequence also very interesting as things have kind of switched up a little bit. So first, while blocking Ling's string here, goes for the parry and then bops her back. That's about as usual as you would expect for Leroy. What's different here now is this. So this looks like stance back 4, the sweep. Except he's doing it outside of stance, so I guess it graduated to regular move. And at the end of it, now he is in the stance. And here's the other flip. So while in stance, what is traditionally his hell sweep, you could call it, down back 3, 1+2, now he's doing it from stance, which he could not do before. So maybe some stance moves are now regular moves, and some moves that were in the regular arsenal got graduated to the hermit stance. Once again, it's a new game, so things are going to be shaking up. Next up, another sequence, and it's a pretty wild one here because a bunch of new things are happening, not the least of this whole craziness. So first, Cane attack. Looks like it might be a low, seems to trip up Ling. So if you're not aware how the cane works, it's a very powerful style of attack, but it's fire and forget. You get one cane use and then you're done. So normally at the start, you can see the cane attached to his hip. And once he does whatever cane move, it's gone from his hip because it's used up. So you got to pick and choose your spots with the cane moves. So tail spin from here, then quarter circle forward 2, maybe down forward 1, looks reanimated perhaps. And then this is like kind of like a hit throw. He launches you up and is Ip Man juggling you all the way across the air and ending with the equivalent of forward 3. Certainly a stylish way to end a combo, to say the least. So this next sequence is downright almost unfair. Like if this happened to me, I'd be raging. So we get that new punch again. I think it's just down forward 1 reanimated into the 1+2 just Ip Man punches, which are highs. So you're allowed to duck them, and you can see here Xiaoyu ducks through them. And then she tries to hit back with a while standing punch, except what happens here is it gets bopped, it gets eaten. So from the 1+2 punches, it looks like he can now cancel it into his up back 2, which is what we call a sabaki. And long story short, sabakis are moves that basically eat certain kind of moves. In this case, the up back 2 for Leroy, that eats punches. So when Ling tries the while standing punch on him, it just eats the move and smashes her against the wall. So basically, Ling correctly ducked the high. Haha, big brain move, now I'm going to punish you, and nope. Leroy's one step ahead and punishes your punish. So looks like come Tekken 8, Leroy's going to make a whole new generation of players hate him again. So from there, stance 4, 1+2, splats against the wall. And then 1+2, 1+2, 1, just a massive fusillade of punches smashing her against the wall. Cute little taunt cinematic here. The fists reveal the fighter, show me what you got. which I guess Law doesn't got much, because he gets launched here down forward 2, 1+2. We see a heat burst next to rebound him for combo potential. Down back 1 into something. That's all new as far as I can tell. Then kicking him down up forward 3+4, 1+2. Now going back, remember that big kick from the beginning of the trailer on counter hit? Looks like it forces a crumple and potentially gives a guaranteed follow-up. Leaves him in the hermit stance, and from here can now do the Ip Man punches into 1+2, 1 heat engager. Immediately followed by the heat smash, where he's just juggling you up in the air, something fierce, smashing you into the phone booth. Next sequence here, another heat engager and dashing up from there. And we can see here, Law's glowing orange, something fierce here. So all these 1+2 punches, the Ip Man punches, they're all doing chip damage. And looks like it's enhanced by the heat too, because every time he does a new set, there's fire coming from his feet. So let me pass this one by you. If each one of these punches is doing chip damage, does this not make Leroy sort of like Tekken's version of E Honda here? Like, I already know we got a sumo in Tekken, I'm not talking about that. But the fact that you're just blocking punch after punch and each one of these is seemingly doing chip damage, you might be losing a sizable chunk of life just for blocking here. Just like, say, E Honda in Street Fighter 2, you don't feel like you're winning when you're blocking 100 hand slap. The amount of chip damage going on here might be kind of big. And after all this, he does a heat dash, so he's still plus in their face. Law just wants out of the blender at this point, tries to hit a button, but the heat dash leaves Leroy plus, so bad move. Gets hit by 1, 1, 1+2, 1, and knocks him down. And in our final major sequence here, we get to see more Leroyisms, basically, Kane showcased and all that, so let's rewind back to the beginning. So mid-string, in heat mode right now, by the way, goes for a Sabaki, hits, and then heat dash cancels that. Forward, forward, 4-2 to launch Law up here, and then breaks out the Kane again. This is the more normal style Kane attack, I guess you could call it. Smacks him down to the ground with the ow my back stance. And for one final hit here, this is down back 1, 1+2, which is an attack that only works against grounded foes. And to close up, it's that time again. Big slow-mo and rage art. Witness the essence of Wing Chun, which apparently is a lot of hyper violence. So once again here, Leroy, he loves those Ip Man movies. Slamming Law down to the ground here. And he did the 1-inch punch rage art before, but this one's just a bit more flashy, as not only the 1-inch punch, but also a weird spirit dragon. Because why not? Also a little disrespectful to bust out the dragon against martial law, I think. And then just to close out here, nice little Wing Chun pose, and Sugar, tired of standing still, goes for the spotlight. Ah, there we go, big puppy. And that's our main look at the Leroy trailer. So it looks like a lot of what Leroy classically is still here, although maybe with a few new tricks. Being able to pull a Sabaki off the 1+2 punches, I feel is a little dirty. Because if you duck it and go for like a while standing move, like, haha, I got my punish, and then you get blown up for it, that's just not going to be a good feeling. But then again, I guess historically what Leroy's all about is if you do not play Leroy, you're there to engender bad feelings in the other player. Like, they showed the Leroy trailer off here at Evo Japan, right? Like, last time around when there's Evo Japan, I do remember, I believe top 8 was rotten with Leroy's. As when he was a newer character, he definitely kind of ran the game for a good while. Who knows if that'll ever be the case again, but I gotta say Leroy is indeed looking pretty sharp. And now with Evo Japan done, we got 2 trailers out of Evo Japan in one day. Are we going on break for a little bit, or will there be even more trailers come Tuesday again? I guess we'll see. At the rate we're burning through trailers, it makes it definitely feel like Tekken 8's closer to launching this year than, say, next year. In the last 8 days, we got a trailer for Jack 8, we got a trailer for June, we got a trailer for Xiao Yu, we got a trailer for Asuka, and now we have a trailer for Leroy. That's like 5 character trailers in just a little bit more than a week. That don't feel like a later in 2024 kind of deal, if you get my drift. But hey, who actually knows? We still gotta wait and see in the end. So that all said, this is the Leroy Tekken 8 trailer breakdown. I hope you enjoyed it, and we're at the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Tekken.